250k buy-in, the best players in the world. But wait, the craziest thing about this Triton Invitational isn't the money, it's seeing the amateurs, the VIPs, literally walking over the pros with legendary bluffs. Today we are going to break down day one of the Triton Invitational in the Bahamas. I'm Luna, MTT grinder and coach, and I'm going to show you the plus EV moves and the forbidden mistakes that cost blinds for thousands of dollars at this table. Forget about luck. In just a few seconds, we are diving straight into the action to see how the pros navigate this unique field and how you can use these strategies to crush your own tables. Let's go into it. The first hand that we are going to see is this one. So first, we have Taylor that decided to open with pocket twos, which is quite normal here. They play really, really deep. So they are 250 big blinds deep, if I'm correct. Ivy, who has a decision, he could call, he could 3-bet. Those types of suited connector hands are really good to 3-bet in these positions, in these stack sizes also. Now Jonathan Jaffe decides to squeeze, really good sizing. So we have a 3x raise from Taylor, which is quite standard at this deepness. Then Jonathan Jaffe tries to go for 5x, a big raise, which I really like, a squeeze that is really, really good, even 6x, sorry. Taylor decides to call, which is normal because you can set a mine. But what does it mean, set mine? It means you can make your trips, trips, and it means that you have the direct equity to make your trips at this stack size. But you should really be aware if hands that you have you beat. And Phil Ivey has a, even if he touches 2-pair, he has quite a difficult spot because there's all the trips in both of his opponent's ranges. So he should play really careful here. And that's going to be a really difficult spot for him. We have a check from Jonathan Jaffe, really interesting check. Maybe he goes for check raise. I don't know what he is going to decide. I would have bet, I think. But it's interesting, certainly, to have a checks here when you are that deep, when you are 250 blinds deep. Now Taylor decides to bet. He goes for a relatively standard size. He goes for 40% pot. I like it. I think he's going to be able to bet. If V has a decision, he could call or he could raise. I'm not sure that raising is the best option. Because there's a lot of strong hands in his opponent's shoes. If the opponent has all the trips and normally no double pair that are under his 10x suited, then it's going to be really difficult. And now Jonathan has a really tough decision. It's not a standard call here, definitely not a standard call. It really depends if you imagine your opponent is going to have enough bluff. And when you have that much action and you are that deep, those other pairs are not that strong. And he really makes a huge laydown. Really great laydown, I think. I don't think the range of Phil Ivey would go for a raise with aces or kings here. Or even jacks or jacks, sorry. Or ace-10. So I really think he made a really good laydown. Now Taylor decides to call. I think it's the standard play here. The board isn't that dynamic, even if there's like possibility of straights now. But before there was no possibility of flushes of draws, flush draws. So now we have a really tough decision in Phil Ivey's shoes. He could check, he could go for all-in, but it's Taylor's, I think, who has to play now. I think Taylor is definitely a recreational player. I'm not sure he plays professionally. I never saw him in those Triton events. And let's see what Phil Ivey decides to do. He could go all in, but now there's even more possibilities of trips in his opponent's range. There's 10s, 8s, 6s, and deuces. All of them are possible in his opponent's range. So it's not at all a easy decision for him, even if he has top 2. The problem is that the uh, they are really deep at the start of the hand. So normally the hands that you should go all in with are supposed to be even stronger the deeper you are. And so it's going to make a difference. I'm not sure what he's going to decide. He could go for either decision, either go all in, or check. I think maybe check is the best. It's not easy at all. It's not easy at all. He decides to go all in, and Taylor takes a bit of time to decide, but he decides to call now. And now Phil Ivey is almost crushed, and we are going to see if he's going to stay in this tournament, in this 250k tournament, or if he's going to be eliminated now. We are going to see. We are going to see what happens with him. And the river is a jack or a brick. Nothing changes, and Taylor wins this spot, this massive spot. And we are going to see at least, I think, 2 other spots. I think maybe we do videos of 3 spots. I want to do shorter videos for now for my English channel. For the algorithm to have time to pick up to understand which type of audience my videos are destined to. But there are other videos on the channel that are longer. We're going to see this hand now. We have a raise here, 2.5x. I really like. Normally this should be a 3-bet from Eric. We are going to see. Decides to flat. Normally I really like to 3-bet those hands that are the bottom of the calling range, or you're supposed to 3-bet them. And be really careful not to 3-bet offsuit hands when you are this deep. Normally they are not supposed to be 3-bet that much. Now you can see they are really deep. They are more than 100 big blinds deep. Yeah, more than 100 big blinds deep. We have a check from everyone. Yeah, when you have, I prefer when you are 4 ways. That way you're not supposed to c-bet too much. Gabriel could have squeezed part of the time. Squeeze is quite a move that is really effective. Difficult to defend. David Einhorn decides to bet. David Einhorn, I think, is hedge fund owner, or he manages a hedge fund. And now we are going to see if he decides to bet with the king eye. No, doesn't like to bet. Maybe you could have gone for a cheap bluff at the river. And the call of Eric Wasserson was really not good at the turn. You're really not supposed to defend with those hands and then give up the river, because he only has queen eye. He's never going to win at showdown. So it's really interesting to see, I think, 2 non-professional recreational players play those types of hands, because often when recreational players don't have any hand, they don't know when to bluff with which amount, and they are going to make huge errors. And now maybe the third hand, we are going to maybe analyze only 3 hands today. We are going to see a really interesting hand. We have open. Maybe we had a 3-bet from Alex Fortsen. We don't have the action before. And Manuel Fritz. Now we have 2 really great players playing. Alex Foxen and Manuel Fritz are really good. Decides to bet. Interesting. Maybe he flattered with queen 10 suited, but I don't think, because the pot seems to be really deep. So maybe he decided to 3-bet pre-flop, and Manuel decided to call. Now we have a big size from Alex Foxen, which I like. On those types of Jack X boards, you are not supposed to c-bet all the time for small sizing. So you should go for bigger sizing in general. Now on this ace, I think it is quite a normal second barrel from Alex Foxen. The only thing, no, it's quite a standard play here to second barrel with this, with his holding, and also with the run out that is going on. And you don't need to make it that big. I think you could go for maybe 2/3 pot, maybe 55% pot, maybe sometimes 40% pot. You don't need to go always for big sizing in Alex Foxen shoes. The only thing is that now Manuel Fritz has a decision with this type of holding, he should call for any sizing, even sizing that are slight overbet. So here, Alex Foxen decides to go for 2/3, which is really normal on this type of board. And we are going to see what Manuel Fritz decides to do. Normally, he should have a standard call now, and now the decision is going to be on the river. We are going to see which hand happens on the river, and it's a 4. Really, really not easy. So now on the river with the second barrel of Alex Foxen, the standard play should be to go all in. There's not many, there's a lot of call folds in the range of the opponent. I'm not sure aces are supposed to call at the river. So we are going to see what he decides to do. There's really 2 options here, either to go all in or to check. There's no real in between. Other options are not going to be really coherent with the line that he's trying to represent. He's going to try to represent either a good ace-x that is capable of going all in, or a hand that is not good enough. So now he decides to give up, which is really, really, I would say, really smart. A lot of players that I see are not often capable of doing correct give-ups or trying to give up some bluffs. And here you can really see that his option was interesting. I'm not sure what Fritz would have done on the river, but in general, I think those types of boards are really good to second barrel and not go for third barrel. Also, he's against one of the only professional at the poker table, or at least there's a lot of recursional in those tournaments because it's invitational. So also something that a lot of players don't know, don't take into account, is that when there's a lot of recreational players, you should aim to eliminate them first and fight against them first, because they are going to make huge mistakes. So choose your opponents and choose who you're going to try to fight against in order to make the max amount of money on those tournaments. So if you like this video, please subscribe, like, put a comment also if you have any questions. I will do other videos, quick short videos on those big tournaments, 250k buy-in tournaments. I think maybe like 3, 5, sometimes 10 hands maximum that I will analyze on each tournament. The goal is to be really precise, not to cover the maximum, but to cover key hands that are really good for you to understand, and to understand how to play against either poker professionals or some recreational players sometimes. So if you enjoyed this video, then subscribe, and otherwise we will see each other in another video. Ciao.